it was a lot like this one here in its makeup, and that it consisted of two rocks. There was a large one down at the bottom, close to the ground. The potter would kick with their leg to get it to go, and much smaller rock here at the top where they did all their work. But the bottom of this lump of clay is this up for you this evening, and to do so, first, I've got to get it all going at a much higher rate of speed in order to center the clay, so I'll continue to kick the large stone down at the bottom of the potter's wheel. I've had a lot of people come up and mention how much more it looks like I'm pumping. I went outside the other day for a while to run, and I kept finding myself going around and around and around. No, I noticed the difference here real quickly. Remembering what this looked like a moment ago when I had my hands around it, and well, and what it looks like now, you see, now that it's centered, this time when I place my hands around it, I want you to notice it's not going to toss my hands back and forth or to and fro any longer. In fact, at this point, it's often reminded me a lot of the scripture that talks about be still and know that the heart's just very small. It's quite shallow and has great big thick walls. My real desire for this would be that it would continue on with me. As the Lord's real desire for His people today, I believe, to be the very same. I don't think He wants us to reach a certain point or walk with Him and then perhaps become content or satisfied, but that we would also continue on, that we would grow. I've often found the result to be much the same, and as this vessel will continue on with me, I found that most people in life today feel a whole lot better being built up than being torn down. I think all of you here would agree with that. But at the same time I build this vessel up, I communicate with the clay when I place my hands upon it. And one of the wonderful things about this clay is that it responds to my communication, it responds to my hands. And I think that's a great lesson for us to learn today as well. When we feel the true hands of the Lord come upon us, that we would be much like the clay. That we'd respond to His hands, to His communication. Nothing much more than that at all. In order for it to be useful, it's vital that it would go through the firing process. And that's where I'll let it all dry first, and then I'll place it in the potter's kiln. And I'm certain most of you already know what a potter's